What's going on, guys? We are in the shop and we about to get busy today with the truck. Now I know I said probably the last time y'all see this thing, it would be like, I don't know, headers would be complete and all that stuff. Well, we got a lot, not necessarily sidetracked, but definitely working on the truck. But it's just time to, I got everything else done that I need to get done so I can paint everything. And that's where we're at now. So what we're about to do is we're about to take the engine out. I gotta weld some stuff on the front of the chassis right there underneath the engine, and a couple things up here in the fuel cell area where I made the new fuel cell, which let me show you all real quick. Yeah, this new fuel cell goes right here. It is like 5 inches wide, 16 inches tall, and 24 inches in length. So it's right here. So I got that made. It's, it's only made up. I still got, I'm waiting on my bungs, some other bungs to get here for my fuel returns. So when they get here, then I can put those in, put the other feed bung in, and clean that all out so there's nothing inside the tank. Then I can put a lid on it. So that's pretty much done. And that's mounted on the truck. So I can paint and do all that. I got to weld some spots here and up here and underneath there. But what we're going to do is we're going to take out the engine, and once you get the engine out, like I said, weld it, and I want to put some bracing up here in the roof, just for a little extra sense of security. And I know it's supposed to have it, so we are going to put a diagonal bar from the halo right there to this corner bar, and we're also going to add gussets from here to here on either side. So that's what I want to do on the roof, get that done, and like I said, weld that stuff up, and then I want to take it and get everything I can get off of it, so I can just roll it outside and paint it. So this is where we're at right now. Oh yeah, I haven't even told y'all, but I got the seat done. The seat's in here, so it looks really good. It fits really nice, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. The shifter's mounted now. The shifter feels good. I got me a little catch can vent tank for the transmission. Gas pedals in. It's done. What else have y'all not seen? Really, I had made some more mounts for my weight. So I got these right here with some all thread, and I got these plates that we ran before that would just slide over that, and I got some extra support to hold the weight up so it's not all relying on this. That's done. What else have y'all not seen in this truck since the last video? Y'all saw the making of the zoomy ends. Pretty sure that's it. That's all I've gotten done since then. So here we are. I'm about to get to pulling the engine out, and then we will get started on welding some stuff up and making some bars. Bam, there she is in all her glory. 540 cubic inches of Chevrolet. Damn, that was quite challenging. Just first time I had to take it out with my new, because I redid the fuel cell cage, if you will. So that was, had to get up a lot higher, and it just made it, I don't know, made it a little bit more challenging. But got this out. We're gonna stick it on our little stand here and get busy with putting in some bars and doing some welding. All right, so I don't even have the bed on it right now, and I've seen everybody that gets a Pro Mod go over to their car and lift the front end. So I guess it's a Pro Mod because I can lift the front end up, but still got the factory frame from here to the back of the cab, so it could be lighter if I would have taken more time to just do the whole bottom of it, but I want to get racing, so here we are. All right, so let's go over what we got to weld here. I'm gonna point to everything, show you all what I got to do, which I kind of did already, but I'm gonna go ahead and point to it now that the engine's out of it. So we have to weld these joints right here to the K member, if you will, because this need a little bit more support than what it had when it was just this one piece. So I gotta weld that. I gotta weld this, and I'm gonna weld the back side of these tabs. I'm really hoping that me welding these things is not gonna make it warp too much, because the fuel tank, when it fits in here right now, the way it sits, fits absolutely perfect. Like, you put the bolt through the hole and it's like 0 tolerance right there, and it fits in there perfect. Threads into the back of the tank good. Hoping that they don't mess it up when I weld it, but more likely it will, and I'll have to do something. So then we got to weld this right here, the little steering shaft support. Then we have to weld and make the tubes that I talked about up in here. So we'll get started on that. I'll start this little time lapse and let's get busy. All right, here we are. We got everything welded up, I think. So, and I went ahead and drilled out the holes a little bit for these bolts to go through, just to be sure, and it fits in there perfect, just like it's supposed to. So that's good. So now that, let's see, this is welded, that's welded, everything is welded. I think we're gonna move up here now and do these bars, make them, and weld those ones in as well. So let's get busy doing that. All right, guys, here we are. We got these 2 bars in. So I'm gonna wait to weld these up until I get the next bar in. So the next bar, it's gonna be a little bit more of a pain in the butt because, well, I gotta work upside down. So get my nice sticker bomb, which I gotta make sure I preserve this when I paint this bar up here and any of the other little bars I'm gonna paint. I don't know, I might repaint the whole cage in here. Just give it a nice fresh coat, but make sure I preserve that. But the bar is gonna go from there to there, and I have plenty of space up here to weld above it, so shouldn't be too bad welding it. It's just gonna be fitting it up. Just, I feel like that curve right there is gonna make it a little challenging, and well, we'll just start working at it. It's only a 3/4 inch piece of tubing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use 1 inch for that, because this is what I got right now. So let's go ahead and make that tube. All right, yeah, that was this one was quite more difficult than this other first 2. So got a little bit of a gap in here. It's not much though. It's quite a awkward and long bend and angle, so made for a little tough of a fit up. But this side's pretty good. So we're about to burn these in and probably look at it a little bit longer and see if I need to add anything else to it. And then honestly, I'm not too sure. I might have to look over the truck right here and just kind of see what else I need to do before I start, you know, rubbing this thing down with some Scotch-Brite, all these bare tubes, and get it ready for paint. All right, here we are. We got this stuff welded. Check out Wheels, not the best, but they're all right. So got that in, got this one in. That was definitely a lot harder to weld up there. I'm pretty sure I got all the way to the top, best I could see. So got that side welded. So it's all welded up. I'm about to go over the truck from front to back, make sure everything I need welded is welded, and just give it a once over and see what we got to do before we start scrubbing it down and getting ready for paint. And by the way, I broke this as I was in there welding. Kind of leaned up against it a little too hard, and now that's broke, so that's cool. But let's give it a once over and see where we're at. There we go. Now we are ready to check over this thing front and back to make sure everything's welded and how I want it to look and be. So got this thing probably, I don't know, 2 feet maybe. I don't know, it's pretty tall. It's probably the tallest I've ever had this thing on jack stands. So it's pretty sweet. I'll be able to get underneath that. I wish I would have done this like throughout the whole process of putting stuff together on it, but oh well. We are here now. All right, so here we are. We got the truck back sanded and all that good stuff. Justin's trying to leave before we end today's video. Yeah. Actually, I don't think we'll end it. We'll pick it back up tomorrow. It's like 1:30. 1:30 in the morning? All right, so the truck is completely stripped down to nothing. We are gonna take the doors off tomorrow, and it will be completely stripped of everything it could possibly have on it. So now we're gonna be able to paint it. So plan is for tomorrow, like I said, take the doors off, put some blankets and tarps and stuff like that, whatever I got laying around to kind of put it on the ground so I don't get overspray on the ground, and start masking stuff off and just taping it up. But this is what it looks like, all stripped down to nothing. Justin over here, he made my bars look like aluminum. It's like, look at this, it's so bright. Got aluminum down bars. So this thing is like beyond stripped, sanded down. Everything has been hit with a 320 grit sandpaper. I don't know, I just had this sandpaper laying around, and we just got to scrubbing everything. I had the awesome task of being underneath it, which I just honestly just gave it a rough scrub just to get some of the gunk off of it. Nothing crazy. So we will get back after it tomorrow and do the outside, inside bars, and hopefully everything will be completely painted and able to dry for a day or so before I start putting everything back on it for the final time. So we'll pick the video back up tomorrow and do some more time lapse. We'll see y'all then. All right, guys, we are back in the shop here today. It's now daytime. We got my cousin Nick, cousin Justin. They're out here helping me get this thing taped up, prepped up, so we can start laying the paint to it. We're gonna start with the actual cage right here. Start spraying it with this chassis spray paint I got from, I forgot who I got from, JR Race Cars, I think, maybe. This touch spray can, industrial. It's the same exact color as what this is right here. So the cage will be back to what it was. It's just that the body will now be black instead of what this was. So this thing is completely ready now for paint. We thought about taking the doors off, but honestly, there were some bolts I may have stripped or cross-threaded when I first put these doors on, when I first got the truck. So we're just gonna leave that alone. A thing I forgot about was making this mount and this mount for the body. So I quickly made those up, put those on the truck for the body over there to be able to mount it to, because beforehand it was just being held on by this one. So now we got that all done. It's all taped up. They got the thing up in here all taped up so it don't get all overspray painted on that. So let's get this time lapse started and see how it goes. You just start this.
Oh, you hit pause.
And then you hit pause. And you keep playing. All right, y'all. We got bored after letting the paint dry, and we decided to grab the scales and see what just the bare chassis would weigh. And Isabel wants me to put it higher. Is this better? Is that better? Does this look better? All right, y'all. What do y'all think? What do y'all think it weighs? Just bare chassis. There's literally nothing on it, so just take a guess. Them two right there picked it up.
Way less.
They picked it up together, one on either end. They actually got it off the jack stands. So I said 420. Justin said
I said 280.
280. Nick.
I was like 370, 380.
370, 380. She said 4,000 pounds.
No, I did not.
All right, nah. So it actually weighs just the bare chassis 660 pounds. So, and the reason that reading 0 is because, well, that one is not even on there. So it's just sitting on those 3 jack stands. So here, this is 660 pounds with this bare chassis, which I don't know what that compares to with other legit chassis cars, which I know is probably nowhere near close. I think CJ race car, when they took Cletus's off the stand, they said it weighed like 220, 230. So yeah, way heavier, but I'm all right. It's not a legit pro mod. So, and it has one titanium piece on it, a steering column. So we're about to go ahead and start taping up the rest of this and get to painting the actual cab of the truck now. So let's get that started. All right, y'all. We just got this, mostly, you see some of it's taped up over here and there, or all back here. So just spray this turbo can gloss black for the first time, and, well, I didn't prep anything on the surface. All I did was just wipe it down with some glass cleaner, and I just sprayed it. So it kind of has like these little, I don't know, you can kind of see it. I don't know, I'm going to give it a couple coats. Hopefully it'll, you know, kind of pan out a little bit, but it's a race car. It's gonna get all beat up. It's gonna get messed up, but it should look. It'd definitely be about a 20-footer. But this gloss right here, protective enamel, turbo can came out all right, especially on the frame and all that stuff. This looks great. We painted underneath it already too. I got some more taping that I got to do. My cousins, they already left. They really helped me out knock this stuff out because I would have been so far behind on trying to get this all taped up and painted, but I'm glad they were here to give me a helping hand on this. So we I'm about to spray this side right here and see how it turns out. All right, we got to see how it sprays. We're shaking it enough. Can you shake it more? All right, you got some rust holes right here to cover up, so let's see how I want to do this. Do 50% overlap. That's more like, I guess, 75, 25, but I'll probably get one that bar.
That looks good.
Does it?
I like it. What are you gonna do about the scratches?
Yeah, little bar. These?
Yeah.
Oh, it's character. It looks like this dent and that rust hole. That rust hole. Right? I mean, there's nothing I can do about that now. Plus, I didn't want to do anything about it.
There's the real reason.
That's the real reason. I want to get back racing, so that be it.
And the bottom.
Huh? Alrighty. Let that dry and give it a second coat in a little while. Alright guys, it is now Monday and the truck is black, but also sanded back down because your boy here just wanted just a quick fresh coat of something different than the gray that was on it. Just want to put some black on it, just get it painted quick and easy, but quickly learned this. It's not quick and easy with spray paint or really probably any paint. But so I sprayed it, did the first coat with these turbo cans that I showed you all just a minute ago, and first coat came out fine. And then I started spraying the inside, sprayed the floor, and did the door jambs and all that stuff, which I know is all backwards. I should have done that first and it came on the outside, but I did all that, and I got a little bit of overspray over here on the side right here, and it looked a little bit shinier, probably because it was wet, but I was just a little worried that it looked a little different than the outside, and then it would just be all normal color, and then it'd be like some overspray of a different shade. So I was like, you know what, I'll just give the whole of the outside another coat. Boy, that's where I screwed up. So when I did that, it just started like orange peeling and peeling all up in here, peeling all up in here, and it just I know the truck's body looks rough, like I don't care about the rough look of the body, but that was like, I was like, let me try to fix it. So I just sanded it down, got it all smooth again, and tried to spray back over it, and it just did not work. So here we are, sanded it all back down, talked to a couple of my buddies, and one of my buddies is saying I gotta strip it down to bare metal, which I agree, it's the right way to do it, but I really don't want to do that. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to spray some primer. I got some of this primer over here. Walk over here. Shop is a wreck. So I got this automotive primer, 2-in-1 filler and sandable primer. So I'm going to spray it with that, and hopefully I'll cover everything I can possibly cover and try to make it as, not necessarily as thick as I can, but just try to cover everything so it like kind of seals it off from the paint that was on it before. And maybe, I'll give it a scuff down, and then I'll hit it with the next actual black paint, and hopefully it doesn't bubble up. But if it bubbles up, again, I'm saying, oh well, cut my losses, and I'm gonna just say it is what it is, and I'll start taking all the wrap off, because we need to get this thing ready. We need to get this thing done and get it ready for the race and Shady Side in May. So it's time to get to putting this thing together. So enough spending time on the body making it look good, because it don't look good no matter how much I try. For me, I'm no paint body work guy at all, so it's good as it's going to be. So we're going to get started. I'm going to let it dry some more. I just kind of washed it down, got all the dust and all that stuff down, so I'm going to let it dry some longer, and then I'm going to prime it, and we'll see how the primer looks, and I'll show you all when I get done with that. All right, and just like that, she is now gray. Sprayed on real nice. I did that one can, got the entire thing, so I got one more can. I'm going to go give it says give it 10 minutes in between coats, and I guess I'm just going to give it about 10 minutes and go ahead and see about spraying the next one. And hopefully I'm gonna let this, after I spray this next one, I'm gonna look at it and I'm just gonna check it out. I mean, nothing I can really do about it now. I'm gonna let it dry, and after I get back from work tomorrow, I will scuff it down and then hit it with the actual paint. I'm actually going to change it up. So originally I went with the gloss black, and I'm actually getting the bed body worked, and actually it's going to be a primer sprayed on by one of my dad's friends. My dad's getting me hooked up with him, getting him to work the bed of it. So that's going to be like a hot rod satin black. And I was like, well, I might as well do this a satin black to get it to kind of match. So I'm going to get some satin black spray paint and spray this in satin black. So when we get that done, and hopefully it doesn't have any bubbles or anything like that, and we'll be good to go. All right, well, I mean, from this distance, it looks pretty good. So, as long as y'all stand about, what is this, probably about 10 feet away from it, it's gonna look like a pretty good truck. But it did bubble up in certain spots, and called my dad, told him what the case was. So we tried, sanding it back down. I actually got some lacquer thinner, and he told me to just wipe it down a little bit and try it, let it dry, and try spraying it again. So it did. It worked in that area. It kind of worked in here, and you can kind of see some of the outline. But you know what? I really don't care. I really don't care. I just want to get this thing back together, get it painted, and let it go. It bubbled up in these areas right here, up here, and on the top. But you know what? It's gonna be all right, y'all. I promise y'all. It's gonna get some fresh black on it tomorrow. It is currently 9:30 at night right now. I'll get home at 5, and we will start laying some paint on this thing. So I will catch y'all tomorrow. My dad's gonna come tomorrow, and we're just gonna start doing stuff. So I'll catch y'all tomorrow. All right, guys. We are out here. We are out. We are outside. We are out here. We're out in outdoors. So the truck is out here because no, I didn't give up on the paint job, but the guy that is working my bed right now and doing the bed work on it, he said to get him the doors for the truck, and he'll start doing those. And I was like, well, I mean, he can take the doors, but I want to start putting stuff on the truck. And he's like, well, my dad sent him some pictures of the truck and whatnot, where it's at right now, and he's like, he can get it done. So I know I was in a rush, but I could have a perfectly straight looking body, perfect-ish, and have it done right. And I told him, I was like, hopefully we can have it done in a timely manner so I can get it back and start throwing stuff on it and get it done. So I guess we're gonna see how timely of a manner it can be done in, because the bed is already done. He sent me pictures, it's complete. So, and really the body up here is pretty straight. There's a rust hole. Let me show y'all where the imperfections are on this thing. So you got a rust hole down here. It's got a dent right there. It's got whatever this is going on. And then that's basically it for this side. This is where I messed the paint up a little bit. So that's it for this side. And then you go over here, and it's basically almost got the same thing going on. It's got a dent right here, and it's got a tiny little rust hole down there. And this is it. So realistically, there's not much body work in my opinion. Obviously, I'm nowhere near a body guy to be. I see this and I was like, man, that's pretty good. But he might see something that's completely other thing. So we'll see. Although the paint is dried on the cage and all the cage is painted, it came out pretty good. Kind of see there you go. You can kind of see the color to the roll cage. I feel like this bare metal part could probably use a second coat, but I'm already here, so it's probably not going to get a second coat. I already took everything off. It's all dusty on the inside now, but everything turned out pretty good for what we did paint on the cage and frame wise. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's really dusty. I think it's dust. Yeah, probably when I started sanding on it and it got in the truck some ways or another. But what we're gonna do is my buddy's gonna come with his rollback, and he's gonna come pick the truck up, and they're gonna take it back over to that other guy's shop, and he's gonna get started on it. We're gonna go to Dick or Die this weekend, go hang out there and have a little fun. Hopefully I get this video posted before then. But what we're gonna do is I need to turn the truck around, because I'm gonna put the truck on there forwards onto the rollback. So we need to spin the thing around, and it's just me and my wife, but I think I can do it by myself. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take my weights and we're gonna start stacking them back here until the front end comes up. We're gonna see how much weight it's gonna take for the front end to come up off the ground. We can put 480 pounds back here, which, keep in mind, minus the rear end and the front suspension, this thing's 660 pounds. So shouldn't take much weight back there to get the front end up at all. Like I'm gonna guess I'm gonna guess a flat 200 pounds, and this thing will be off the ground. So we'll see where how much weight it's about to take. Let's do it. Well, I was way wrong. Oop, I got the camera all messed up. So, I got you on the tripod still. So this thing has now got 480 pounds in it. So that's including 240 there and the 240 back here. These plates technically go this way and lay down in there, but I have not put the actual, the loops, the handles on there for me to get them out if I do that. So not doing it that way, so they'll sit in there like that. So this is where we're at right now. Sorry if y'all kind of crooked. I'm kind of holding the tripod. I'm gonna set it up right here. You can just get an idea. I could lift it up pretty easy, but it's not what I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be able to just kind of one finger pick it up. Now with this thing being a spooled rear end, it's probably not going to turn very well, but we can give it a shot and turn this thing around. See if we. That's all the weight I can fit back there. So let's try to spin this thing around. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. Alrighty, well, that was an epic fail. So I guess I'll get my little dollies out here and spin the truck around like it's supposed to be spun, but just figured I'd throw all the weight in there just to see what it's gonna take, and get me a little worried on how much weight this thing has taken and then not to be picked the front end up already without an engine. So, well, let's spin this thing around. Alrighty, got dollies. Made my life way easier. So, I love these things. I've used them quite a few times in the shop. Look at that. Truthfully, I don't even know if they want it facing forwards. It makes sense to put it on the rollback forwards, but that could be completely wrong. I love these things. It's so easy. But get this thing back. This thing's gonna be looking pretty fresh, pretty mint. Can't wait to see it. Like, this will be the first time this thing's ever had a proper paint job. It's not even really get paint, it's just gonna get a hot rod black primer if we go through with this. So, but still, it's gonna be the straightest the body has ever been, and it'll actually be one, like, a good color. Because beforehand, like, if I could ever find the pictures of this thing, my uncle had it. They had one good night, you know, and started spray bombing it and painted flames on it and all types of things with it back then. So this time we go around, it's gonna be one solid color, and it should look pretty cool. I don't know if I mentioned already, but I got a new front end for it. There's nothing wrong with that front end at all. In fact, I had where the headers used to come out of the front, I had the replacement pieces that we cut out. I always kept them. We're going to fiberglass them back in, but, well, a deal came up to get another front end. Exactly what I had is just brand new, never been touched or anything like that. So it's like, well, why not? So we're going to get a new front end for it, and that one, I guess it would just kind of sit around, hang out. Probably gonna hang it back there where I had it hanging for most of this build. So get a new front end for it. Don't think I'm gonna have that body work really, like, made it straight. I mean, the main priority when we get this thing back is to, like, thrash and get this thing on there, everything together. I got a lot of things already for it. I have a list for it somewhere. Don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. I can show this list. I'll read it off what I gotta do left. Alright, that's what we gotta do left. This is what we have left. Complete the zoomies. Alright, that's probably one of the biggest tasks I gotta do. But we gotta I gotta mount the coils, mount the fire bottles, fuel cell. That's almost complete. I finally got my bungs to weld all my fuel returns in there. We gotta do brake lines, fire bottle lines, repair front end, which is all the cracks and stuff on that one, but we ain't gotta do that now since I'm getting a new one. And hopefully the tree that I have made to mount the front end, hopefully that just goes on with no problem. And then, let's see, mount fuel system on the engine. That's just pretty much plumb all the lines and run them to the tank. Shorten dry shaft. I got the dry shaft right here. I got to get it shortened 6.5 inches from where it was previously when it was in the truck. So, got to do that. What else we got to do? Obviously, we got to wire the truck. Burn down tubes. My dad got me some of these cool looking quick disconnects. We got to put that on the valve covers. I got to cap off the old burn down like vent tubes. Finish the puke tank, which is all stuff I'm going to be finishing while the truck is gone. Finishing the fuel cell and finishing the puke tank. I can do the belt guard. I got to put a belt guard on the blower over there. And that's it. Well, that's it. That's on my list. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I'm forgetting because as you start putting stuff together, you start realizing what you got to do actually. But that's really about it. So I'm really excited to get this thing done and get it ready to actually start racing this year because it's been too many months in a year, whatever, how long it's been. So hopefully we get this thing done in a timely manner to get ready for that race. And that's probably gonna be it for this video. Next time y'all see it, I'll make a little short video for y'all to see it with the body and painted, all that stuff. So I will, if y'all stuck around for this long in the video, I know this, I started editing the video, it's like 26 minutes long. I was like, ugh, probably one of my longest videos I've made. It's just updates on the truck. But appreciate y'all watching. I will catch y'all the next time in the next video and see y'all later.